Okay, hi everybody. How's everybody doing today? I hope having a great day. So we are going to make a project using the Abundant Beauty decorative masks. So we're going to do some heat embossing and some color blending, and yeah, I think it'll be fun. So I've got a whole tray there of goodness. And we're going to use this background stencil and then the sunflower stencils. So let me go ahead and bring in, we're only going to play with basic white cardstock, which is totally not like me. And we are going to cut a card base that's 4 1/4 by 11. Okay. Then we are going to cut a couple other, or we want a mat that is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And then we'll have a scrap to do some color blending on and then cutting out. Okay. So I'm going to bring in just a scrap of paper. I'm going to bring in some Post-it tape. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put down my paper just so it doesn't move, okay? Then I'm going to bring in my one mask that will be our background. And I'm going to affix that one down as well. Okay. Then we are going, oh, I forgot to do one thing. Hold on. Okay, I'm going to flip that over. We are going to powder our paper so it doesn't have any static to it. Okay. Then we're going to make sure that that's down. And then we're going to take our Versamark ink pad and we're literally going to ink up our paper. I'm just going over it a couple times, making sure that it's inked. Let me see when I pull it up what happens here. Okay, so it looks like we are good to go on that. I'm going to set my stencil over to the side. Okay, then I'm going to come in with my embossing powder. Now, this is an older embossing powder, but it's their iridescent ice. I don't know if it's still in the catalog. I forgot to look. I can look and let you guys know as soon as I'm done with this video. But any embossing powders will work. And I'm just making sure to cover the whole thing. Okay. And then I'm just gonna, oh, yep, the design looks great. And then I'm just gonna pour this back into my cup. Okay. So now I'm going to move that over and that over. Now we're going to heat emboss it, and then we're going to let it set up while we do our ink blending, okay? So let's... I'm going to just clip it here with my tweezers. And then we're just going to... You'll know it's heated because it changes the way that it shines, okay? Okay, so you guys should be able to see our design there. Oh, that's pretty. Okay, so next what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my piece of paper that we're going to ink blend on. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to tack it down with some Post-it tape. Okay. And then I'm going to come in with my stencil, and your stencils are numbered. So let's see, this one's 1, okay? And you decide where you want it. So I'm going to be cutting these out at some point to layer on our card. Okay, so I'm just going to tack that down and tack that down. And then we're going to come in with our crushed curry ink pad. And I'm just going to start ink blending. Now, I'm not a pro at this. I mean, there are other people to follow. Wendy Cranford's very good at ink blending. I'm new at it, but I definitely am willing to try it. Okay. I want to get a little bit darker. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that there, and I'm going to come in with a little bit of wild wheat, and I'm going to do some of those edges, okay? So I didn't clean my brush off or anything. Okay, I think we're good on that. So I'm going to shut that. I'm going to wipe off my blending brush. Now, some people have a new blending brush for each color. Because I'm new to it, I only have a few, so I just wipe off with a wipey in between. and it works. Okay, so that was number 1. Then I'm going to come in with number 2, which are the leaves. And you know what? I should have. Okay. I took my template off too quick. Oh well. I'll make sure I remember where I line this up at. That was completely my bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a pencil mark up here and here on all 4 sides so I know where to line those up. Okay, so then I'm going to come in with my old olive. And I want to start out light and then go a little darker, okay? So I'm going to go there. And see that one leaf's going to be cut off a little bit, but that's okay. Now I'm going to come in a little darker just on the edges there. Okay. So then we're done with our old olive. I'm going to wipe that off. Okay. And then I'm going to come in and start to do my centers. And I'm just going to line this up. Between those lines, just like so. And I'm going to start with pecan pie. Okay, and then I'm going to go into copper clay with the next stencil. Take that one off. And you're going to wipe these off when you're done in between them. You know, I will do mine after I'm done here. Okay, so I line those up with my grid marks. And then, like I said, I'm going to come in with that copper clay. And this time I didn't wipe off the blending pad or brush because I wanted those colors to kind of be together on here. Okay, I think that's it. Get that wiped off just so we're prepared. Okay. And then I'll wipe off my stencils. Oh yeah, I like that. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to come in. Actually, I'm going to take off my paper and I'm going to wipe these off real quick. Okay. Wipies are your friend with this project. And then I saved that Versamark one for last because it might be a little sticky. And it is. Okay, so now I should have that all cleaned off. Let those dry for a minute. Okay, while we're doing that, let's go ahead and bring in our paper snips. We're going to cut this down just a tad. So I'm just going to kind of just follow the guidelines, leaving a little bit of a border because we want to add this to our card base, okay? This is the longest part of the whole card. And if you notice, I moved the paper, not my scissors. That gives you a more precise cutting border. And then we will add some ribbon, more than likely. If you had a die, you know, that you wanted that would cut off maybe some of it, you could do that too. I wanted my embossing to show, since we were using just strictly our templates today and no other paper, just using basic white paper. I wanted to show how you could really, you know, change things up with some different supplies. Okay, so there's that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to fold our card base in half. Okay. Then I'm going to flip over our embossed piece, and I'm going to add some foam tape to it because I really want this to stand up. And then we'll probably add more foam tape to the sunflower as well. Okay. Then I'm just going to take that release paper off. We're going to center that onto our card base. Okay. Then I'm going to there we go. I love how that looks. Okay. Then I'm just going to add some foam tape here to our sunflower. And the only reason I'm doing the tape instead of dimensionals is because we're covering a lot of background. Okay. So then we'll take the release paper off of that. First, Okay. So then I'm going to line that back up, and I just took and aligned my sunflower up with that edge. And actually what we're going to do, it looks like, is on this side, I am going to trim off the edge as well. Then I'm going to come in with my wild wheat ribbon. And I'm not going to tie a bow, I'm just going to tie a knot. Okay. So then I'm just going to trim those off. And that's our card today, you guys. And I like how this ribbon plays off of the petals that we made a little darker. And I know it's hard to see the glitter, but it's there, and it's so pretty, like in the background. And it just shows you how to use all basic white paper to create a fun, different card using those stencils. So I appreciate you guys joining me today. I hope you had fun and you liked this card. And until next time, my creative peeps, I will see you later. Have a great night. Bye-bye.